point we're starting from. But then you delve further into the organisation, you start looking around as health and safety posters up and slips and trips and poor lighting. When I started touring around these quite complex sites, often very, very big sites.
Savings when you put the light when people need it and you put the right light.
Analysts are predicting a doubling of wireless control share from 2012 to 2018.
I come to Smart Lighting Controls Europe because I think this is a fantastic opportunity to drive awareness about what benefits lighting controls can bring to end users, awareness of the latest technologies that are emerging, awareness of how they can get quick wins to save energy but also put the light where they need it in their facilities. I think it's fantastic that we can actually get end users in touch with the industry talking together. I work with businesses that use controls in many different ways. Some are doing very simple things, some are doing sort of wide network things. The common theme, I think, is that businesses want to take a little bit more ownership of the controls that they have.
We've got very basic controls at the moment and very simplistic controls, and it could be from a basic light switch, and if you're going back to the archaic systems, it could be actually using just MCBs actually within the distribution boards. On some of the modern installations like Crossrail or maybe the Jubilee line extension, you've actually got, you might be using dialy systems, but some of those may not be totally implemented the way that they should have been.
Most of the lighting controls we have are standalone. We're looking to have network systems that we can send information around to different systems, also to see it remotely and act upon it. We're also very keen for the lighting system to tell us when buildings are occupied and when they're not occupied.
We're using major end users with distribution centres, large offices, that sort of thing, and it's all about retrofit, and they're really just looking to save money. If I'm honest, it's not about new build, it's about installing controls purely to get a payback.
The barriers that we're finding at the university is there's a reluctance to spend the money. There's also a reluctance to network it because there's this perceived security issue.
You need to get the numbers right so that you can convince the board that it's actually worthwhile doing.
When we first talk to an end user, they look at what's on offer, they look at the savings, and there's an immediate acceptance. And they immediately say, yeah, we're going ahead with that, no problem. It's all going to be happening, we'll be placing the order within a month. About 18 months later, usually, after about 25 meetings, there are board discussions, lots more people being involved, and then a tender process at the end, something might happen. But it's a very long gestation period. It frustrates me. I've no idea why it takes so long to get them off the ground.
Lack of knowledge. People don't understand what they need to specify and how to specify. Also, I think it's the perception of cost.
There's a lot out there, and I think it is the education. There's so many people coming in left and right trying to sell different items, so it's just showing and proving to them that controls, as opposed to changing complete lighting and lighting systems, is a good way to save energy.
One of the things that we've had to work on a lot is how people engage with the systems. So it might not be the very first barrier that people come across and stopping them invest, but it might be a barrier that gets the most out of the investment.
I'm really surprised at how much wireless technology has come on since I last looked at it. In some of our older buildings, listed buildings, we don't want to be taking up floors, running conduits across Georgian ceilings, so that provides a massive opportunity for us to put some of this technology in at very little disruption.
You can see there's a lot of people here today talking about wireless, replacing DALI. It obviously greatly reduces the cost of installation and gives you a lot more flexibility for the future of the building.
I never intended to get into wireless lighting controls. There wasn't like an intention to produce the system. I've just tried to get lighting solutions to clients that save them energy for the last 20, 30 years, I suppose. And the frustration of the installation process where contractors install things wrong, then you get to the end of the project, the client's not happy with what the system done, has just slowly led me to do things, initially a wireless relay, and then to evolve it.
I'm trying to get my head around Wi-Fi because obviously in the industry we have to provide Wi-Fi throughout the building for end users, and to actually put it into lighting technology as well, I think could be a great answer.
Do controls deliver on their promise for energy saving? I think it comes down to how they're commissioned and how they're designed. I'm sure there are installations that don't, but again, I think there are also installations that do. I think the key to it is understanding what you're doing, understanding how to implement controls, working with people that know how to put sensors in the right places. And again, as I said before, looking at data.
I think when controls do deliver, when they're actually implemented correctly and designed properly. And I think that's the greatest challenge, is actually getting the controls designed correctly and then commissioned correctly. But yeah, definitely they will deliver.
It depends a lot on the people. Controls are there to help people manage the settings in the best way that they can, and to also take some of the load away from people to remember what to do at the right time. So they can certainly help people provide the better managed systems and environment. What I think the systems companies could help people do is to explain better how to use those systems.
In terms of lighting controls delivering, our experience has been absolutely in combination with a luminaire replacement and lighting controls, and also the rest of our intelligent building controls. We've seen some significant savings, up to 95% in some of the areas that we've deployed it.
We're hoping to deliver the same energy efficiency schemes at Stansted than we have done at Manchester and East Midlands.
I do know there are systems out there that haven't delivered quite what they promised. But I think if you scope it correctly right from the onset and you know what you're trying to achieve, and then go out to the industry, there's always answers that will come up with the right answers.